Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in Jew. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Are you feeling charitable? Then subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. So, welcome to Tuesday's edition of the DC Daily. And today we are asking, will the Snyder Cut's Darkseid actor appear in New Gods? By Adam Holmes of Cinema Blend. Let's give this a read. Despite being Steppenwolf's master and ruler of the hellscape that is Apocalypse, Darkseid was nowhere to be seen during the theatrical cut of Justice League, earning just a brief mention while his horn-helmeted minion invaded Earth with his parademon army. However, Darkseid did factor into Zack Snyder's original vision of Justice League, with Ray Porter playing the character. While the DC Extended Universe fans can look forward to seeing Ray Porter's Darkseid in the Snyder Cut, officially known as Zack Snyder's Justice League, let's not forget that there's also a New Gods movie on the way, and Darkseid is confirmed to appear there. Does this mean Porter will get to reprise Darkseid in the upcoming Ava DuVernay directed flick? Here's what the actor recently had to say on the matter. I've been reading a lot of comments, and I want to say that while I appreciate a lot of what's been said, Ava is a brilliant filmmaker and should cast whoever she wants for her New Gods movie. Yeah, because Ray wants a future in the industry, and he doesn't want to piss off someone as powerful as DuVernay. And he knows he isn't going to get the job, and we'll discuss that after I finish reading this. So while Ray Porter is thankful so many people are wanting to see him go another round as Darkseid, he also understands that since Ava DuVernay is the one directing New Gods, she should get to decide who plays Darkseid in that movie, rather than just be beholden to who Zack Snyder brought in for Justice League. This arguably becomes even more important if New Gods ends up being a standalone story rather than share any connectivity with the DCEU. Whether Ray Porter plays Darkseid again or not, at the very least, his respectful response caught the attention of Ava DuVernay, who replied to his tweet with the following. A gentleman and a true artist. Thank you, sir. Hey, maybe even if Ava DuVernay decides to cast someone else as Darkseid for New Gods, maybe she can cast Ray Porter in a different role. Ultimately, I do think that DuVernay will decide to bring in a more well-known actor to bring her version of Darkseid to life, similar to how Damon Poitier cameoed as Thanos in the Avengers, but Josh Brolin portrayed the Mad Titan for the rest of his MCU appearances. Ava DuVernay was announced as New Gods director back in March 2018, right? 2018. It's been over 2 years, everyone. We've discussed this before. We can discuss it again. And I'm sure I'm going to get the bot who always comments down below saying it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Well, where is it? Where is it? Anyway. Shortly after her last movie, A Wrinkle in Time, came out, in addition to her helming duties, DuVernay is also co-writing the New Gods script with Tom King, one of DC Comics' most well-known current writers who has some experience with Jack Kirby's full world mythology, thanks to the Mr. Miracle series he worked on with artist Mitch Gerads. Darkseid appearing in New Gods makes complete sense, given that in addition to being one of the Justice League's greatest enemies, he's the chief antagonist in the New Gods corner of the DC universe. And once you throw in Darkseid, you also get plenty of his loyal subjects, including the female Furies, who are confirmed to appear, assuming Steppenwolf also shows up. His depiction will clarify whether or not New Gods is set in the same continuity as Justice League or a separate reality. As for who New Gods' protagonist will be, while Ava DuVernay teased that Big Bertha will be part of the female Furies, it's unclear if she'll be on that nefarious team for the entirety of the movie or eventually defect to become a hero. It's worth noting that a rumour from early 2019 claimed that Big Bertha would be paired with the love of her life, Mr. Miracle, in New Gods, and the duo would clash with Granny Goodness. DuVernay has also revealed earlier this year that New Gods' fourth draft included All Widow Queen of the Bugs on New Genesis. Stay tuned to Cinema Blend for more updates. Right, I want to get into this because this has been a conversation since March 2018. Now, when I first heard about this, I was, of course, very, very sceptical because Ava DuVernay's A Wrinkle in Time is nothing more than a dull afternoon matinee. It's a good watch if you're bored on a rainy afternoon and you're on Disney Plus or something, but it's not a good cinematic movie, and the movie didn't make enough money to make a profit. It was a flop. So how has DuVernay proved how good that she's good enough to make, a DC movie blockbuster? She hasn't. And the question I want to ask here, who actually has asked her to do this movie? Did DC say, we want you to do this movie? Or is she petitioning Warner Brothers to get this movie? It seems like she has a friendship with Tom King, and she's getting this, Premier League help to do the best thing that she can so she can get her script accepted. I don't think DC have even offered her a job. I think it's the other way round. She's trying to pitch something to them and get the movie. They've been at this since 2018, March 2018, over 2 years. Over 2 years. How long does it take to write a movie, right? I mean, I've got some experience in writing scripts for stuff, right? But there's some films that take a long time to write stuff, but 2.5 years? Are you joking me? Absolutely not. And this is why I keep on saying that this project is never going to happen. It's amazing to me that this is even a discussion anymore. And, let me just tell you what I think of Ray Porter. Ray Porter is a good man. But at the end of the day, that butt-kissing exercise he did to Ava was hilarious, because maybe if I'm nice to her and I show her that I'm telling the fans off, like she does, like these people do, that maybe I'll get the job. Listen, Ray, it's quite simple. Ava DuVernay likes to cast people of colour. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, by the way. I think if we're going to be representational, we should be doing it on both sides. But if Ava DuVernay wants to have a majority, black cast in her DC movie, which is never going to happen, by the way, let her do it. But this is the thing. The darkside actor will not be Ray because he's white. The darkside actor will be a person of colour. And it won't be necessarily somebody famous. So let's not, cover our tracks here and pretend first of all, let's not pretend this is definitely happening. Okay, at this point, it could happen, it may not happen. But 2.5 years to write a script, I don't think so. And then later on, she brings in Tom King. 4th draft of this movie. 4 drafts. As I said to you before, this means the other 3 drafts have been rejected. You don't do 4 drafts of a movie if the other 3 were accepted, right? No. Her drafts keep on being rejected. So now they're on a 4th draft. Will it be accepted? I don't think DuVernay has got a chance in high hell of ever getting this movie, right? That's my gut. But this is Hollywood, and anything's possible, and they may be dumb enough to give this woman a job. And I know she's been successful with stuff she's done on Netflix. The only stuff she's successful with is social commentary, which at the end of the day, I don't want to see in my DC movies. Of course, the Furies are in this New God story. They're female. That's why she wants to do it. It's more political commentary. It's dull and it's boring, and you don't want people like her involved in fantasy and escapism. But this is where we are now. This is Hollywood. This is the reality of what we're seeing. And as I said before, thankfully, I've got my Blu-ray cupboard and I can watch the stuff that I actually like. And it's also really funny when I hear all these new projects announced. I think Los Angeles may be locked down again because COVID over in the States is absolutely gone bananas. It's a rudderless ship with no leadership. The country is insane. So I don't know how they're going to develop any new project that happens anyway. If I was them, I'd hold off. But they're announcing stuff to make people excited so people go out and buy other films. It's the manipulation of the innocent. But yeah, Hollywood financially are in a lot of trouble right now. But I want to know what you think. Do you think that New Gods will ever be made? I think it's doubtful, and I think no. Let me clarify that. I don't think it's doubtful. I think New Gods will be made and should be made, but not by Ava DuVernay. She's totally the wrong director, and I've given you my reasons many times I don't think this film's going to happen for her, and I hope it doesn't, because she's just going to ruin it. She's going to ruin it. A New Gods movie should and must be the most awesome, epic thing ever made. She's not going to do that. All she cares about is politics and policies and ideologies, her own ideologies. I'm not interested in her ideologies or anybody else's political ideologies. I told you before, all my politics is help someone up when they're on the floor. That's it. But at the end of the day, these kind of people with these kind of ideologies are no good. No good for film, no good for entertainment. And she's proven in her one kind of big film she made, A Wrinkle in Time, she just didn't have what it takes. What would it take to convince you people that she's not good enough to make this movie? Right. Closing off today, some of you may know that there's been a bit of beef between me and Wonder Meg, right? Wonder Meg has been, running a Justice Con, which takes place very soon. Justice Con is a very, very exciting thing. It's a con, basically. So Zack Snyder's going to be there. Dev Snyder was announced. Really exciting news yesterday. Ray Porter, I think, is involved. Ray Fisher's involved. So it's a very exciting thing, and I was very excited for it. But yesterday, Wonder Meg posted a track from a song from Birds of Prey. It was a title of a song that was very triggering to any man, so I made a joke, a couple of retweets. She came in, do you have to keep on retweeting this, you crusty bitch? So she calls me a crusty bitch over that, and I thought it was kind of an over-exaggerated response, right? So I called her a fraud, I blocked her, and then I made a joke about her, using the money that gets donated for the charity for a new dress. Of course, a lot of people have come in on me. Not as many people as I thought, actually. The hate is minimal. I can take it. But I'm going to say this to you people. Let's just get rid of this pop-up because it's annoying me. It's been annoying me for 10 minutes. Right, let's get into this. Right. I don't mind if you want to get in on me. I'm just going to block you. Wonder Meg has been reported to the right authorities for what she said to me, because all I did was make a joke and she swore at me. Now, I don't swear at you people. I don't threaten you people. I expect the same treatment. There was one idiot who said to me, we're moving on from you. Listen, I'm happy for you to move on from me. But what we've got to be clear about, I will no longer be supporting Justice Con. How can I support something that is being run by someone who's abusive and toxic? And even now, she's apparently saying stuff. It doesn't matter, though. But I do think it's funny. I've had a bunch of people come into my DMs telling me what she's been saying. And what it is, of course, it's all about people getting a reaction from one side, screenshotting it, showing it to the other so they can keep on stirring the pot. Listen, for me, it's done. For me, it's over. People can leave my YouTube channel. People can leave my Twitter. It's fine. I'm happy with it. If you unfollow someone or block or mute someone, it wasn't meant to be in the first place, was it? But at the end of the day, I do not tolerate swearing and threatening behaviour. And you're not dealing with the culture nerd here. You're dealing with me. So I can only warn you, coming in on me is bad. It's bad for you. And it's up to you if you want to continue to do it. But I won't be taking a mental health break. And the only people taking breaks will be you people, because you won't be able to handle what's coming to you. Basically, right, here's the thing. This is how it all works. I'm a nice, friendly guy who's a geek, who's a nerd, who loves the DCEU, who loves Man of Steel and BVS as well, who loves all DC, most films, TVs, through the history. I've got great knowledge of the entertainment industry, and I like to impart that. And I want to be friendly to people and make new friends. But if you come in on me, if you start, I'll finish. Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with even more DC Daily. See you again soon.